Hi, everybody. This is Old Man Computer. My name is Don. Welcome back. It's been a while, quite a while actually. I think 3 or 4 months since my last video. Unfortunately, I got a little bit sick and so ended up having to deal with that instead of putting out more content. Nothing serious, not COVID or anything like that. Um, just a wear and tear, I guess you could say, over a long life. But anyway, it's much better now. I'm getting back to normal, and since we're all on lockdown right now, I figured it'd be a good time to put out something new. The reason for the video today is actually about just the boredom of being stuck at home and what to do about it. My wife is actually much better at this than I am. She is making videos and crafts and making masks for nurses and doctors and all sorts of interesting things. She's just written uh, a take on downtown called Lockdown, which she's going to put out, and it's hilarious. So I'll put a link if I can get the link. I'll put it in the description below. But basically, for me, it's a different game. I I don't have the same hobbies. I don't have the same interest in crafts and art, or I should say I do, but I don't have the same talent. So my focus has been more on, playing video games and doing some reading and getting better, basically. Um, and it's hard to stay at home doing nothing for a protracted period of time, or sort of feeling like you're doing nothing is really more what I'm saying, because no one's ever really doing nothing. I mean, you can clean your house, you can have a nap, you can play your games, you can watch Netflix, you can indulge in your hobbies, you can work from home if you're lucky enough to have the capacity. I'm lucky enough to have that capacity, so that's kind of what I'm doing now. But for those who don't, and for those who are just stuck, it can be really, really hard, I think, to stay positive and stay engaged, because there's only so much TV you can watch before you get bored. The news is always terrible. The shows are sort of repetitive, I would say, in many cases. And after a while, everything just starts to get stale and people get stir crazy. So that's kind of what I've been trying to avoid. And I wanted to share a little bit about what I've done or what I've been doing to prevent that. First thing I'm going to say is trying to maintain a regular sleep cycle has been incredibly important to me, especially because I deal with a chronic condition that can get the better of me sometimes. It's not something I want to talk about, obviously, but it's basically something that flares up every now and again to the point where I just don't want to function. And maintaining a regular sleep cycle really helps cut down on the issues I have. On the one hand, exercise, that's the other one. I know it's hard sometimes, especially if you like going to the gym, or if you don't like going to the gym, if exercise is just not something you normally do. I didn't do it for years. I just got into it probably in the last couple of weeks to a month, basically. But I've been doing it all at home. I found videos online, yoga workouts basically that are not sort of typical yoga workouts. Actually, they're Diamond Dallas Page yoga workouts, which sounds kind of funny when you think about it. But to be honest with you, they're amazing in keeping me active and making me feel better. I woke up this morning, thought it was going to be a horrible day, had a couple of bad hours, decided to do a workout. Now I feel pretty good. So it can really take the negativity of the day away. And I would urge you guys to check it out. So I'll put a link to that in the description below as well. Um, Beyond that, hobbies for sure, something that engages your mind. So if you have ever wanted to learn how to draw, or if you want to play computer games, or if you want to write something, or anything that you have an active participation in. Uh, that's incredibly important. Being passively entertained, just sitting and watching something or whatever, that's not really going to turn on the right parts of your mind. And so finding something to tinker with, a room to clean, maybe there's a bit of a renovation or some painting you need to do or around the house or whatever, or if you live in an apartment, just tidying up, purging, um, anything essentially that you can do to keep yourself busy and going. Because right now, it is probably one of the most stressful times in recent memory, especially for those of us who are considered high risk or who have family members who are considered high risk. This virus is not something we want anywhere near us. So there's a lot more restrictions for people who just don't go outside, who are not going to be going outside for quite some time, essentially, except for vital chores. So going to the grocery store, for example, or picking up essential medication or something like that. Beyond that, those of us who are not going outside, we need to find ways to feel good while we're in this situation. And so I just wanted to share those few ideas. I know that there's probably tons of better videos out there, but this is also good for me because I get to share my perspective, and I'm also continuing to indulge in my hobby and learn a little bit more about video editing, sound editing, putting it out on YouTube, all that fun stuff. So it's as much for me as, I guess, as bad as that sounds, as it is to have someone watch it. I just want you guys to know that, you're not alone, that there are people out there who have the same challenges, and it sucks. But it doesn't have to suck as bad as all that, especially if you take a break from all the negativity and just focus on your little bubble, your safe little bubble that you can live in, and just take some time to relax. Because right now, being stressed out all the time is definitely one of the major challenges. And I'm hoping that as time goes on and as the virus sort of works its way through its life cycle, we kind of we get to a point where we can calm down and things get back to normal. But for now, while we're stuck in this lockdown, I'm in Ontario. Basically, everybody's supposed to be at home for the next 14 days or so. I've already been doing that. I've probably been home for at least a couple of weeks longer than that. I like being home, so that's not necessarily a bad thing for me. But again, it's hard to look outside and see a sunny day and not go outside. So, if you can, where there's no people, awesome, go do that. But if there are people, if you live in a city or something like that, it's hard to avoid people. Then obviously it's less likely for you to be able to do that. So I know this is a little bit rambly. Again, I'm indulging myself, I'm indulging my curiosity, I'm indulging my habit, my hobby, I should say. And hopefully some of you out there will watch this and see this and just at least find one little tidbit of something good in there. I would urge you, the physical activity, every doctor I've ever spoken to has said, one of the major factors in emotional well-being, physical activity. We live two sedentary lifestyles. We need to be active, even a little bit. And just based on my own sort of anecdotal experience, like I said, I woke up today, felt like crap, got up, had a few hours where I didn't feel very good, did a few chores, wasn't feeling any better, did the workout, made myself sweat, turned on all my muscles, and basically now I feel better. I'm tired, I'm a little sore, but I'm in a better mental place than I was an hour ago. So I just wanted to put that out there and tell everybody, stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. We'll all get through this. Take care. Okay. All the best. Bye, guys.